Okay, stage two. Social control, Dr. Thomas Arnold. Dr. Thomas Arnold was a reforming head teacher, that's a key word. He wanted to reform the behaviour of the boys. He wanted to make them respectable Christian gentlemen. He made the chapel the centre of the school, so they went to church every morning. He wanted to reform the curriculum, where just a diet of maths and Latin and English was a little bit too narrow and boring. He wanted to introduce and change that to make it a little bit more varied. As a result, he put team games every afternoon. And if you look at the Clarendon Report, which is a report into 19th century public schools, an average amount of team games that were played in those schools at the time was 20 hours a week. Remember, they had the time, but now in stage two it was being controlled and channelled. He also wanted to reform and give responsibility to the sixth form. They were in charge of the houses where the boys stayed. Thus we have inter-house competition. The sixth formers were looked up to. They organised the boys into teams, and they are now starting to organise the team games. Thomas Arnold thought, along with the other enlightened head teachers, that they could learn lots from those games that they've been playing on their own. So those key values, remember the bank, HSBC, honour, stature, bravery, courage, but cooperation, communication, leadership. Remember, these guys are the upper class. Nothing in the middle, it's upper class. They're expected to go into positions of extreme responsibility, into government, into power, into the armed forces. They will also travel the world and take those team games that they learnt at these public schools with them. So social control is a key thing. Channeling the aggression and aggression of the boys into those team games again is a key feature. We're now starting to have inter-house activities, so starting to have technical developments, and the games that they played were cricket, rugby, football, but still they've got their own variations because we haven't got the transport developed, we haven't got written rules. So those are some of the key pointers for you. Other athletic activities, remember, hare and hounds. Remember what that was, the paper chase. So that was also introduced. Remember this idea of manliness, hard work, playing fair, playing to the letter of the law, and the spirit of the game was important as well. So how the game was played.